Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and I finally got the Twosun I've been trying to get for so long, the TS341 Sidewinder. And it even says it right there. Now, yes, it's in D2 steel. I'm not excited about that. But the knife itself, one, I already knew looking at it. You know, it just kind of had that the design profile that I've been looking into and that I've been really wanting. So it had that. Now the question was can they do it right? Now we have a great size knife. First of all, let me show you guys the size first. It is the exact same size as a Benchmade bug out. So if you know the Benchmade bug out, then you know the size of this. So that's first off. So it's got this nice large cutout, and that gives you great access to get to the cutout. Nice good edge around the cutout, and the carbon fiber reverse bolster lock. I call it a reverse bolster lock because a regular bolster lock would be the opposite way, but it's a titanium frame lock, steel lock bar insert, and then we have the carbon fiber up here on the top. Now, we have a titanium milled pocket clip and a full back spacer. They did the full back spacer because the blade, you know, it's a pretty broad blade, so you didn't have to worry about touching the blade. And it's got a nice little cutout in there for the blade to drop down into, or the edge, I should say. Now, I do notice it's slightly off-centered, but I did buy this pre-owned, so I have no problem with adjusting this. And I've also noticed that it was more centered when I first opened it up, and me flipping it, it's kind of gotten off-centered. So I have no doubt when I take it apart, I'll be able to put it back together and get it back to centered. I do like the two-tone finish, the satin and the black. Now, let's talk about this action. So we got the reverse flick. Great access to the hole. You can get it down low. You can get it up high. Both work good. Now, then we have the top flipper. Great jimping. It works very well. I do kind of wish they would have did a little bit of jimping right here because you have good access to flip it like that, but the top is the better way. So, doesn't really matter. Now, the thumb flick also, my thumb's a little messed up, but the thumb flick also works well. For lefties, you can get by with putting your thumb right here and getting it. I was getting it earlier, but you're better to just put it right up on the bolster right there and then get it like that. That works very well. And you can repeat it over and over if you're a lefty. I'm not. Satin finish does look really good on it, and the plunge grind, it actually stops before the edge quite a bit, so you do have quite a few sharpenings before you start hitting this plunge, because I know some of you are looking at that like, oh man, that plunge is horrible, but it actually does stop quite a bit early of the edge, so you have quite a few edges. Now, there is one significant detail that I'm worried about, and I'm not that worried about it, but I don't like when I see this. So if you look down on the inside, you will see there is a stop pin right here, okay? Now that is for the closed position. It stops right here. Now where that hits is, see that line right there? That little line, sorry about my fingers, that is right where it hits. I do not like when they do stop pins like that. The reason why is because if I chipped my edge really bad and I had to remove a lot of steel, I don't want to have to sharpen into there. Now, yes, there's ways I can avoid it, so it's not that big of a deal. I just prefer it to be different. Now, the access to the lock bar, pretty good. They don't really give you a cutout, but they do chamfer the edges. And the carbon fiber acts as an over travel stop. It's pretty smooth, but it feels like I need to take it apart and give it a little love, which I have no problem doing. So, you know, I'm guessing it's only going to get better in the detent. I can feel that it's going to get better. I feel like it's a tiny bit gritty not gritty, but what I feel is the D10 ball rolling on the coated surface. So that's only going to get better the more I deploy it, the more I open and close it, and I know a way I can rush it where I can make it break in a lot faster. It does have some really nice micro milling that might not come over the camera very well, but it does look really good. I can feel it a little bit too. We have some windows down here for some weight relief. It does have an internal stop pin up here because if you look at the carbon fiber, it's inset. This thing is so dark, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look, this is titanium around the edges, and the carbon fiber is inset in the titanium. And then when you open it up, the ergos are really nice. I do really like how this feels in hand. You get up nice and tight to that blade. You can hold it back here with a full 4-finger grip, but it's nice having this little spot right there. The utility cuts seem like they're going to be fantastic. We have this nice drop down to the edge, and then right at the tip we have a little clip. So that's going to, kind of like the Delica, that's going to help you do great utility cuts and detailing cuts. Great geometry. Does get down to a nice thin edge, and I do like the two-tone satin. This is a Mazwan Mokhtar design. Now, I noticed he's done this stop pin thing in the past before, and I've complained about it. I don't know why they even needed it, because you have an internal stop pin. I don't get why they wanted to put a stop pin here too. When you have an internal stop pin, I don't know why they needed that. And maybe it's, I don't know. I can't think of why, to be honest. Because it should stop in the inside right here, but maybe they didn't. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't figure out why until I open it up, which I will be doing very soon. I got some Gillian bearings I might toss in here that I think are going to do really well. But the action does, it's good, but it could be better. There's so many great things about this knife, but the action does feel a little tight. However, like I said, I do think this is going to be something that is going to improve. And the profile of the knife I love. And I have tried the clip already. The clip works great. Great clip. It is well built and everything. So lots of great things about this one. So I'm hoping that all these little details that are kind of not the best at the moment are just going to get better and better over time. The clip, there's like not a groove, it's like concaved if you look. And in the hand, it doesn't bother me too bad. I do feel it a little bit on this edge, but it's not bad at all. And yeah, this is going to be an awesome user for sure. Now, like I said, I am hoping that the action improves just a little bit. And I do think it will. I really do. Because some of these Twosuns, what I've noticed personally, is that when you get them, they only get better from there. The action just gets better. Now, there has been a couple that just seem like they don't, but for the most part, like 90% of all the good Twosuns got better after having them for like a week. Like every day, they just got smoother and smoother and smoother and smoother until they were just basically fall shut action. Awesome knife, awesome size. Again, it's the same size as a bug out, so great size knife too, which is perfect for my EDC organizer or even just to carry as a main carry. The bug out's a great EDC size, and in this case, you have this like double choil here, which I really, really like. So I'm pretty excited about this one. I knew right away that I wanted it right when I seen it, as I seen it as a prototype, and just seeing this forward choil right here, I knew right away that was something I liked. And then seeing what type of deployment options it was, it just looked like a knife that I had to get. So there you guys go. Just a quick look at the Sidewinder. I appreciate you guys watching, and peace.